I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind?
Hello everyone. Welcome back to V Squad TV. BTS's V releases a nuanced teaser for his second photobook, Type. BTS's V has once again solidified his position as a multidimensional artist with the release of a powerful teaser for his second photobook, Type. This project immediately captured the attention of global fans, showcasing a more mature, bold, and reflective personal and artistic side to V. From the moment the first teaser was released, a mysterious and emotional atmosphere was immediately felt. The official announcement of the Type photobook was made on December 30, 2025, via Weverse and BTS's official X account. The news quickly spread across social media, sparking a long discussion among ARMYs about the meaning, concept, and artistic direction V intended to convey. The Type photobook is 278 pages long, a number that demonstrates the seriousness and depth of this project. This number of pages is not just a number, but rather a vast space for V to convey a complex and emotionally rich visual narrative. The title Type itself has a strong philosophical meaning. The word non or not reflects V's refusal to be boxed into a specific identity category. He doesn't want to be limited by labels, genres, or static public expectations. This concept is a natural continuation of his debut photobook in 2024. While the previous work introduced V's visual world in broad strokes, Type serves as a deeper exploration, as if inviting readers to delve deeper into his inner space and way of thinking. What makes this photobook even more special is V's direct involvement in almost the entire creative process. He not only serves as the subject but also handles everything from the concept to the photography direction, demonstrating an artistic control rarely seen in idols of this level. In the released teasers, V appears in nuanced poses, with calm yet intense expressions. Every gaze, gesture, and angle feels like part of a surreal story that isn't explicitly explained but instead invites interpretation. Some photos feature V shirtless, showcasing his muscular and well-proportioned physique. However, these visuals are not presented in a vulgar manner, but rather framed as part of an exploration of the human body, emotions, and vulnerability in visual art. The combination of physical strength and emotional tenderness creates a strong thread. V seems to want to show that masculinity is not always synonymous with violence or dominance, but also with silence and self-honesty. The surreal atmosphere present in this photobook reinforces the impression that Type is not just a collection of photographs, but rather a work of conceptual art. Elements of light, shadow, texture, and empty space are utilized to create a contemplative atmosphere. Pre-orders for the Type photobook officially opened on December 31st through Weverse shop. Fan enthusiasm was immediately evident, with lively discussions about the version, detailed contents, and speculation about the unreleased photos. The official release date is set for January 19, 2026. This moment is anticipated as a significant event, not only for V's fans, but also for visual art and photography enthusiasts who have followed his creative journey. Adding to the appeal, the photobook's release will be accompanied by a pop-up exhibition in Seoul. The exhibition, scheduled to run from January 20th to February 1st, provides fans with the opportunity to experience the world of Type firsthand. The exhibition is expected to feature photographic prints, visual installations, and curatorial elements that expand the narrative of the photobook. The presence of this physical space demonstrates the seriousness of the Type project as a holistic artistic experience. Fan reactions to the released teaser have been varied, but the majority have been filled with praise. Many have highlighted V's physical development. However, amidst the euphoria, some fans also expressed disappointment. This was related to Big Hit Music's decision to delete a number of BTS's content on Instagram, including old posts with sentimental value. Some fans felt the move was insensitive, especially at a time when V was celebrating his personal work. Discussions arose about digital archive management and the importance of visual history to BTS's journey. However, the controversy did not detract from the spotlight on Type. The focus remained on V's courage in expressing himself outside the conventional idol framework. The photobook was also considered an artistic statement about freedom of expression. V demonstrated that he was unafraid to reveal his vulnerable, ambiguous, and even contradictory sides. For many fans, Type felt like a silent dialogue between V and its readers. There was no forced verbal narrative, only visuals that spoke through emotion and symbolism. This work demonstrated V's growing confidence as an individual artist, without having to abandon his roots as part of BTS. In the context of the Korean entertainment industry, V's move was considered progressive. He expands the boundaries of what an idol can do, particularly in the realm of visual art and conceptual photography. Observers see Type as an example of how K-pop artists now have more room to explore their personal identities, in line with the changing tastes and maturity of a global audience. V himself is known for his interests in art, jazz music, photography, and philosophy. All of these interests seem to blend naturally in this photobook. Each page of Type is expected to deliver an emotional surprise, from serenity to a quiet yet evocative intensity. For ARMY, this photobook is not just merchandise, but a work to be enjoyed repeatedly, with its meaning likely to change with time and mood. With Type, V once again proves that he is an artist on the move, refusing to settle for a single point of comfort. This photobook marks an important milestone in this phase of his career, a statement that Kim Taehyung is not just an idol, but an individual with a broad artistic world. Through Type, V not only reveals himself but also invites the world to accept that human identity doesn't always have to be defined in a single, fixed way. In many ways, Type feels like a mirror of V's inner self, left unfiltered. It doesn't offer definitive answers, but instead presents quiet questions about identity, freedom, and the courage to be nothing in order to be fully yourself. V's chosen visual approach also demonstrates his maturity in reading the language of art. He understands when to speak through soft light, when to remain silent through dense shadows, and when the human body is the most honest medium for conveying feelings that are difficult to articulate. For longtime fans, this photobook is a tangible testament to V's long journey from trainee to artist aware of his creative direction. Every detail feels like the result of a long process of reflection, not an impulsive decision. V's courage to appear shirtless in an artistic context is also seen as a symbol of shedding the burden of expectations. His body is no longer simply an object of admiration, but has become part of a narrative about honesty and self-acceptance. The enthusiasm for Type is also evident in the growing interest of international fans planning to travel to Seoul to visit the pop-up exhibition. This demonstrates V's appeal, which transcends language and cultural boundaries. In the fan community, many have described Type as a work that should be experienced slowly, not simply glanced at. The photobook is considered best enjoyed in silence, like reading a leisurely visual poem. As the release date approaches, public expectations continue to rise. Each teaser clip is carefully analyzed, as if holding clues to the next layer of emotion V will reveal. Through Type, V once